Ms. McCollum.
Gentlewoman from Minnesota is recognized for 6 minutes.
Thank you for yielding. And Mr. Speaker, I rise in opposition to this legislation, which risks polluting the Boundary Waters canoe area, as has been stated, our nation's most visited wilderness. If this resolution passes, the mineral withdrawal is overturned. Toxic sulfide or copper mining will contaminate the water, the habitat, and this priceless wilderness. The BWCA is a huge reserve of the most pristine water in the United States, so clean you can directly drink from its lakes or streams. And this water is under threat once again. In 2017, the Obama administration applied for a mineral withdrawal of the Rainy River watershed. The watershed's up here, which is the headwaters that flows into the Boundary Waters Wilderness and Voyageurs National Park. It started a 2-year environmental study, which included extensive public input and scientific review. While the Rainy River watershed was being studied, Paradise Valley in Montana and Metho Valley in Washington State were going through the same exact process. All 3 of those watersheds were threatened by sulfide ore mining. In Montana and in Washington, those studies were able to be completed, and their mineral withdrawals happened in 2018, protecting their waters. But the Rainy watershed was left unfinished. When President Trump took office, his administration initially promised to complete the study. Instead, President Trump honored his promise from a campaign rally and did not protect the watershed. His administration canceled the study for the Minnesota watershed without releasing any of the scientific findings. This is what we received in the Interior Committee instead, and it is an entirely redacted study, no information, nothing scientific in it, nothing, all blank. Now, I serve on the Defense Committee. If we needed to go in a SCIF, I would have been happy to go in the SCIF and get this if it was so classified it had to be redacted. The protection of the headwaters for the BCA was abandoned. The Biden administration decided to finish the study, and they followed the scientific recommendations and the public input. So in 2022, a comprehensive environmental assessment was finally completed. The Forest Service recommended a mineral withdrawal to protect the boundary waters in Minnesota, just as it had for the waters in Montana and Washington. Currently, we have 17 years left of a 20-year mineral withdrawal that is protecting and preserving this water. But today, Republicans want to overturn those protections using, in my opinion, a legislative stunt. In January 2023, almost 3 years ago, the mineral withdrawal was completed. It was noticed under the Federal Land Policy Management Act. The law was followed. The Department of Interior notified the Congress with the withdrawal on January 26, 2023. And as my colleague, the ranking member from the committee just pointed out, we all received those letters. I received one, Mr. Stauber received one, the chair of the committee received one, everybody got a letter. Then Congress had 90 days to adopt a resolution of disapproval. Republicans tried to disapprove of the withdrawal, but they weren't able to bring it to the floor. Congress didn't ask, and the window of disapproval closed. Now they're trying to use the Congressional Review Act to get a do-over. The CRA wasn't created to overturn public land orders, especially one that is nearly 3 years old. The CRA resolution are for rules, which public lands orders are not. And they are to be used within the 60 days of the congressional notice, not 3 years later. Let me point out another, in my opinion, a falsehood about this legislation. I'm the ranking member of the Defense Appropriations Subcommittee. There is no immediate national security interest that would be advanced by mining in this watershed. How do we know this? Because Antofagasta has been pointed out as a Chilean mine company who owns Twin Metals. It is lobbying to undo the current mineral withdrawal and restore their leases to extract the copper. Here's what Antofagasta does with the extracted copper. We can't say this enough. They send it to China, where it's smelted, and then it's sold on the open market or it's used for its own defense weapons. This resolution is not about national security. This is about water, the world's most critical natural resource. And it must be protected, not only for today, but for future generations. We have a responsibility to future generations to have water available. And then also, in my opinion, some places are just too precious to mine. So I urge my colleagues to oppose the resolution. Mr. Chair, before I do that, I would like to enter the following documents into the congressional record. The January 2023 notification to Congress, all of our letters that we received, the redacted environmental assessment, the completed environmental assessment, a letter from a group of hunters, anglers opposing this legislation, and a letter from a group of environmental organizations opposing this legislation.
Without objection.
Thank you. And with that, I yield back the balance of my time.
I reserve.
Reserves, gentleman from Arkansas.